Good Wednesday evening, high school sports fans. Joe Gilloway with Lingelstown Gazette Sports live from the Orchard Street studio. And this is episode number 46 of our weekly podcast, Gazette Sports Chat, where we'll get to know participants from various realms of the high school sports world, the student athletes who play the games, the coaches who coach them, and others connected in different ways to the entire experience. We'll introduce you to tonight's guest in just a moment as soon as we're done thanking those responsible for bringing you tonight's show, our Lingelstown Gazette Sports Platinum sponsors. And they are Rickabah's Electric, Payer Apparel, Ted's Bar and Grill, Freedom Financial Wealth Management, The Tire Mart, Team PA, AAU Basketball, Tonino's Pizza, American Legion, Post 272, Hoffman Ford, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Modern Imprint, Crystal Bob at Iron Valley Real Estate, Underdog Sports Bar and Grill, and Sam Hartley Decking. Yes, that's Central Dauphin softball coach Sam Hartley Decking. Upcoming on Gazette Sports Chat, this coming Monday, the 26th, we're going to talk to a gentleman by the name of Dave Sullivan. He's a Steel High graduate, played college football at a high level, I believe at the University of Virginia, and he's looking to lead the charge and trying to help to restore this their football stadium on Cottage Hill. I think it's War Veterans Memorial Field. They're having some problems there. They need some money to do some improvements. So I'm going to talk to Dave Sullivan about how he is going about, along with Coach Andrew Irby, and I would imagine a considerable number of the Steel High community, how they're going about trying to get this money together to get this stadium back up and running. Right now, they're not able to use it, so it's kind of a big deal down there in Steelton and Highspire. And then how about Sunday, the 1st of June? We have coaches Clay McAllister and Scott Wyant. They are from McAllister, Coach McAllister from Mechanicsburg, Coach Wyant from Cedar Cliff. These guys are they're all around good guys. They're really good coaches. But the significance, or the thing we're going to focus on, is that they both coach two varsity sports. They're both head coaches of two varsity sports. Clay McAllister, girls basketball and baseball, and Scott Wyant, he coaches girls basketball and girls lacrosse, along with coaching football as an assistant, a wide receiver coach. So we're looking forward to getting coaches McAllister and Wyant on the show as well. So let's bring in our guests here. Tonight's Gazette Sports Chat guests are four members of the Central Dauphin softball team who captured this season's Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division and are carrying a number one seed into the quarterfinals round after a opening round bye of this year's District 3 Class 6A tournament. We'll learn about how the game of softball has impacted their lives and a whole lot more tonight. It's my pleasure to welcome to the show senior Brynn, junior Gabby, Shirk, junior Brynn Barkley, and freshman Izzy Rodriquez. Let's get this out of the way first, Izzy. You like Izzy or do you like Belle or Isabel?
Well, I kind of don't care, but I think Izzy just sounds more cooler than Belle. So I
Okay.
like Izzy way more.
Well, I call you Belle when we do our broadcast because I think your mom told me to use
Yeah,
Belle.
she did.
Would she have done that? Okay. So
Yeah.
you like Izzy then, right?
Yeah.
That's a cool name. All right. So it's Izzy from now on. Well, welcome, Izzy. All right.
Thanks.
So thanks for joining us, ladies. We really appreciate it. And let's start with the senior. Let's start with Bree Locke. Just talk a little bit about the season to this point. I mean, have there been any ups and downs, any high points, any low points? You only have two losses. So obviously there haven't been many downs as far as losses. But how do you feel about the season so far, Bree?
I mean, we're definitely improving. I think in the beginning of the season, we were having a little trouble communicating, but it's definitely gotten better. And I think the connections that we all have is just going to help us in the long run too.
Yeah,
We just been having fun the whole time.
that's a good start. I always say, watch out for teams that are having fun because they're usually winning. That's for sure. Um, Gabby, talk about this team versus this year's team versus last year's team. You lost some impactful teammates. We know that. You had some real studs that went off to college or doing well in college now. You lost some power production, but the makeup of this team, maybe not the individual players, but how do you guys go about your business versus last year's team?
Um, I feel like we're like a very well, we've always been like a really close team, but this year it feels like we're like like everyone's like each other's like best friend. Like we all know how to have fun together, and we just like know when to be serious and know when to play our game.
Do you feel like you have to get it done in different ways because you don't have like Allie and Megan Fisher, some of the power numbers that you are used to having? Is it small ball maybe a little bit more this year?
Yeah, I feel like we're more of like a contact team this year rather than like straight power.
Right.
But I feel like we still get the job done with it.
That works fine. Yeah, and you're hitting the ball very well, and you're hitting the ball hard too. So,
Thank
how
you.
about Brynn? Does this team set goals? Do you guys get together at the beginning of the season? And I mean, is it just let's conquer the world, or do you have like mini goals or anything like that? Brynn, we can't hear you unless you're lip syncing. Do you have your microphone muted? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, Gabby, it's not you now. Did you adjust anything, Brynn? I don't know if she can hear me either. Can you hear me, Brynn? Okay, you can hear me. Maybe she's going to have to go out and come back in. Okay. All right. So let's go to Izzy. You're new on the team, but you were around from the beginning. Did this team get together and set any goals?
Yeah, I feel like we became more like productive during it and like more commutative. Like from the beginning of the year into the last. Wait. Okay, wait. Wait, can you repeat the question?
Did you? Yeah. Did you guys get together and as a team? Let's see if Brynn's. All right, Brynn's back with us.
There.
All right.
Out there. Okay.
Okay, Izzy, Brynn bailed you out. We're going to give this question back to Brynn. Okay, Brynn, you guys get together at the beginning of the season as a team, maybe without the coaches. Sometimes that's the way they do it, and kind of set some goals.
We have like mini goals. Like obviously our first one was to win mid pens. And then obviously now we're trying to get to districts, but our ultimate goal is to win like states and everything. But I just feel like our team's very close, like outside of softball. So it makes it a lot easier and like to set goals with our team.
Was it since you mentioned mid pen, was it kind of a bummer that you guys weren't able to play last week because of the rain?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys were ready, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we were.
And Bree, you were around 2 years ago when you guys got knocked out in the opening round of mid pen, so you probably really wanted a little bit of revenge, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it.
I'm sure you were. I was looking forward to being there too. Izzy, we're going to move on to you now. At what point were you convinced? You're a freshman, just so everybody at home knows you're a freshman. It's not easy to start as a freshman for the Central Dauphin softball, that's for sure. This is a high level of softball for at the high school level. At what point were you convinced that you were ready for the big stage that you're on?
I feel like I was ready from like day one, I guess, because like the more practice you get in, the more like you can like feel that you're determined for it. Because like I always been practicing for it. I guess the day came from all the practice.
I mean, a lot of times people say I've been preparing for this my whole life, like from a really young age. And so when you stepped in there for the first time, first at bat or your first play in center field, you just felt like I'm ready, I'm comfortable with this.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, Bree, you're having a great season, offensively and defensively.
Thank you.
I mean, you just gobble the ball up. You make great plays with the glove. You have a good arm. The defense has always been there, but the bat has really come alive. Okay. Did you make any changes with your offensive approach maybe a month or so ago? I mean, you weren't hitting horribly, but you just got so much better. You're mashing the ball. How did that come about?
Yeah, I honestly don't really know what was going on in the beginning of the season. Like, it wasn't even mental. I just, like, every time I would go into the box and be like, all right, this is going to be it. But then it wasn't. I just like that got into my head, the fact that I knew that I could do better. And my dad and I, like, we would stay after practice and hit for an hour extra or so. But I think what really helped change it is I switched from like having my bat like above my shoulder to just resting it on my shoulder the whole time, and then load and swing from the bat being on my shoulder instead of having it up, because I was wrapping my bat and my timing was just all off. So I just feel like I'm like more comfortable, especially with like faster pitchers too, that I have time to get around on it.
Yeah, and these aren't like little dink and dunk hits. You're really hitting the ball hard. You're hitting the ball deep. And how did it feel your first career home run? You're a senior, and you got a home run, and it was against was that the Cumberland Valley game?
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah,
goodness, what a shining moment for that. How'd that feel?
it definitely was special, especially on the Dauphin field. But what was crazy, I almost didn't even play that game because I've been having like back issues, and it was really bad before that game. And what I said to Kayla before, I was like, this is gonna be the game that I hit good, because like I don't want to move too much. I feel like I sometimes do too much with my hitting.
Right.
It's like
Mhm.
I don't want to move, and I feel like I'm gonna do good this game. And then I hit my first home run ever. So it was funny that I said that before the game and it happened.
Then you
But
had to do a
everyone
home
was
run. Had to do a home run trot then, right? How did,
Yeah.
how did that feel? Your first home run trot, they call that.
Yeah, I think everyone else was more excited for me too. Like, I don't know, just coming around third base and seeing everyone like so happy for me made it even better.
No, that's what it's all about. That's exciting. Okay, so Gabby, how much of a grind? You guys play in the Mid Penn Commonwealth Division, Gabby. How much of a grind is that? You got Cumberland Valley twice. You have Chambersburg twice. State College was no pushover, that's for sure. Mechanicsburg, you only got them to play them once out of 2 times, but they're good too. Um, does it kind of keep you guys on your toes? You can't really take any days off when almost all the teams you're playing are pretty darn good, right?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult. Like even when we win like a game, we know we still have a bunch of tough games ahead of us, so we can't even like celebrate too hard.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was. That's kind of what I was leading to, is that you can't really exhale. You just play one good game. You might get I wouldn't call it a night off, but you might get a game that's not quite as challenging. But then maybe the next game after that's going to be a Cumberland Valley. What about that doubleheader up there at State College? That was exciting, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was stressful.
So stressful, and there was a lot on the line there too. Did you guys kind of get together there? I mean, you were down, I think 4-1, maybe in the 5th inning or going into the 6th, and what was the attitude on the bench? Like, hey, we got to make some changes here. Or you just have confidence the whole time? How'd that work out?
Yeah, we knew what we had to do. Like we had to get our heads like all in the game, and because we all knew we still had another game, so we had to make sure like we were doing our best.
Yeah, that was exciting. I made that trip up there, and I had a lot of fun. Well, I shouldn't say I had a lot of fun watching that first game because I'm just a fan. But that was some stressful stuff there. But you guys pulled it out, man. That's the sign of a great team. So, Brynn, you play first base, and I believe are the number 2 pitcher on this team. What have you learned from Stella, your number 1 pitcher? Have you been able to learn anything just from kind of being around her and her attitude and her approach towards pitching?
I've learned to always have like a positive attitude, like no matter like if something doesn't go your way while you're pitching. Obviously we're gonna have umpires that don't call the greatest calls. We're gonna have mistakes in the field, but ultimately like you're the one controlling the game, and like you need to have the most positive attitude on the field in order to make sure your team has a positive attitude. So I definitely learned that from her because her attitude is very positive when she's on the field. She's always picking her teammates up, so that's like also like having a positive attitude. But yeah, I've learned a lot. Like obviously last year I didn't really get to pitch a lot, so I got to watch her and how she reacts in the field and everything when she's pitching.
Yeah, I've been around a lot of athletes and I've covered a lot of athletes, and Stella has to be one of the more, you said, positive,
Mhm.
just instrumental in keeping the team like on their toes and keeping the attitudes right. I just you don't see that too much, and just the young lady that she is off the field too is fabulous. Are you ready for her to take over that number one spot next year?
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah.
And then you'll have hopefully Autumn will be ready to move into the Brynn Barkley role next year.
Yeah.
Okay, Izzy, talk about the mentorship you received from players like your teammates here, but Stella Gasper, Kayla Fletcher, and some of the other players that aren't here tonight. Are they kind of like big sisters on this team for you?
Yeah, because like whenever you make an error on the field, they're still they still they don't let that error bring you down. Like they always tell us, don't ever let one error bring you down. Don't let it get in your head. And that just makes me my positive back up. Because you know what happens when an error, you get all upset. But when I go back in the dugout, they're like, Izzy, it's okay.
Yeah, I see it. I see it with you guys, just the way that you guys are able to keep that positive attitude. And sometimes it's never the end of the world is really what it comes down to. And you're going to have another chance probably in that game, the next one you're going to be able to make the play. Or if you have a bad at bat, the next time you might end up having a game winning hit. So you just got to keep yourself, ready for that next opportunity. Bree, has the combination, you guys have not played a real game for 9 days, right? Has this combination of have you have the right combination of rest and practice and preparation, you think, for these last 9 days?
Yeah, I think the rest was definitely important because we were like, go, go, go. And we kind of got a second to calm down, like mentally too. And then obviously we played a scrimmage on Monday. So that kind of just showed us like that we need to put in work this week to make sure we're ready, but also like got us ready. And yeah, we still have practice all this week. So I think we'll be okay.
And then your game is scheduled for tomorrow, but it probably won't. I'm not trying to play weatherman here, but it doesn't look good, does it?
No, not really.
And then the makeup day will be Friday. Is that correct?
Yeah, either Friday, and if we can't play Friday, then Saturday.
Okay. And is it Dallastown?
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask you. Do you know anything about Dallastown? Is that something that Coach Hartley goes over?
He told us that their pitching was kind of like Chambersburg. So, I mean, we've seen that a lot, so it's kind of easier to like get ready for that and prepare. But other than that, I don't really know anything else about them.
You just have to handle your own business, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a teammate from my club that plays for Penn Manor, which they just played, so I'll probably ask her, but I just keep forgetting.
There you go. Do a little scouting.
Yeah.
Okay, Gabby. This might be the most exciting question I have the opportunity to ask anybody tonight. Last year's comeback win at Chambersburg. All right. District semifinals, I believe it was, right? You guys are down 7-3 with one out in the top of the seventh. And then you score 5 straight runs and you win the game. But none of that happens without this catch that you make, right? I mean, you guys aren't going to win the game without the catch, right? Have you ever made a catch like that? I mean, you're on a full sprint. Let me I'm going to try to explain this to the people at home. You're in right field. You're on a full sprint towards center field and towards the fence at the same time, right? You're heading towards your teammate, Allie, and you just got a great jump on the ball. Was that kind of the greatest play you've ever made?
Yeah.
Is it one of those plays that when you saw the ball in your glove, like, oh my goodness?
Yeah, I came up from after I hit the fence, and I knew I had it, but I had to make sure I still had it because
Right.
it just didn't even feel real.
Well, we were broadcasting that game. My cousin and I, he's my broadcast partner, and we were speechless at first. I mean, speechless, like literally couldn't muster up words about it. And then once we started talking about it, that's one of the best plays I've ever seen in any baseball game, any softball game. And then when you factor in the importance of that moment, I mean, that's something you'll never forget about. So thank you for that. I mean, that was so enjoyable to watch as a fan, so enjoyable to report on as a broadcaster. And That was just a magical game for you guys all around. Okay, Brynn. I think I'm going to choose the right person here. I'm not sure. Are you from Dauphin?
Yeah.
All right, good. I thought you were. Talk about I call it the Dolphin connection, or I say what's in the water up there with softball. How, like last year, I think 7 varsity players were from Dolphin, 6 or 7. I don't know how many are from Dolphin this year, but you guys have just had a pipeline. This Central Dolphin softball program had a pipeline of players from Dolphin. What is it up there about softball and Dolphin that's magical?
Well, we all like grown up together. Like we've all started at a young age playing with like our rec teams and everything. We've had like really good coaching. I just think it was like all of us like sticking like beside each other. Like I know last year coming up on varsity, like Macy, Allie, Megan, and all of them, they still had my back. Like they acted like they still knew who I was. Like there was still a connection there from like when we did play rec ball. I don't know. I just think we're all really competitive. Like we want to win games. Like, and I just think we have a really good connection up here.
Are there any other varsity players this year from Dolphin?
Elena, and then
Okay, that's right, Elaine. Who else?
Sadie. She used to live in Dauphin, but I think
Okay. All right. Well, keep it up. I don't know if you guys have anybody in the pipeline, any JV players or younger players that you think might. Gabby, you think you seem to say yes?
I think
yeah.
the whole JV team, besides like 3 people, are from Dauphin.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyway, I just mentioned this. Elena's not with us tonight, but she had a heck of a catch at Mechanicsburg too, didn't she?
Yeah.
You guys remember that catch she had? Oh my gosh. All right. I don't know why I had to throw that in there, but that was it's fun to watch good defense. That's for sure. Okay. Izzy, what's it like playing for Coach Sam Hartley?
I think it's fun. I think he's a good coach. He makes it fun. He's funny.
He's not fun when you're not getting those bunts down, though, is he?
Oh. We have to get them down.
Listen, I'm not coming at you. He's a fundamentals coach, okay? I'm sure most coaches do care about fundamentals, but Coach Sam Hartley, fundamentals are very, very important to him. Am I right, you guys? And yes. I watch him, and it's not just you, Izzy. I'm not attacking you, but I watch him when you guys don't get the bunts down, and I know what he's feeling like. Come on, it's a bunt, And but I think you're leading the team in sacrifices, Izzy. So you're obviously getting some bunts down. Yeah. Second in the team in stolen bases after Kayla. But you enjoy playing for Coach Hartley?
Yeah, I like him.
Good. All right, we're going to shift gears here. We're going to talk about your studies, your classroom work, life outside of softball. And I'm going to start with Bree. How important is it for you to do well in the classroom too, to keep your GPA up? I know that you're heading off to Mansfield to continue your education and your softball careers, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
How important has it been for these past 4 years, at least, to keep your grades up and focus on that element?
It's been very important. I mean, I'm very hard on myself with grades. I don't think I've ever had a B in my life.
Oh, wow.
And the one time I was close, I was not okay. Like, it's very important to me to have perfect grades.
That's great. So why Mansfield? I love to ask people, because there could be younger kids at home watching this, or parents that need to kind of help their kids figure out where they want to go to school. How did you end up settling on Mansfield or choosing Mansfield?
I think the type of coaching style that Coach G has really, really swayed me. When I went up for my visit, I was at like one of their first practices, and it was like there was a few errors in a row, and she just called them in and was like, "You guys know what to do. You've been doing this since you were little." Like, you could tell she was a little upset, but, like, she was being so nice to them and just, like, encouraging to be better instead of, like, yelling at them, because obviously they're not trying to make errors. And after, I was like, "Was that, like, a show for me?" Or, like, what? That was just, like, so calm, and they were like, "No, that's how she always is," and that's important to me because I just need someone else to be calm so I can stay calm. And also, like, when I was there, I felt close with the girls already, and they're all super close too, so it just kind of like reminded me of this team. And like once I go there, I'll kind of still have the same connections as I had with CD.
Okay, well, that's congratulations. I appreciate that, and not often do I hear. I often hear they like the campus, or it's close to home, or maybe the social life. But I hope coaches realize that a lot of it may have to do with them, and that's great that you felt a connection with the coach
Yeah.
at Mansfield. What's
The
your Go ahead, Brynn.
Sorry. It's only 2.5 hours away, but it's about to be 2 because they're putting in some highway. I don't know. But I feel like I'm a very like a homebody. I'm gonna want to like come home and visit my family, my dogs. So that was like the perfect amount of time for me, definitely. And I have some like close family friends that live very close to Mansfield, so that was also a factor.
It's far enough away that you can get out on your own, but close enough that you can come home whenever you need to, right?
Right.
That's awesome. So what's your GPA?
4.0.
Oh my. Can anybody else top that? Gabby, Izzy, Brynn, any other 4.0s?
I
I don't even know mine.
Who said that, Gabby? Okay. Is it okay though?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I can give grades.
I figured it was. Anybody else want to? The rest of you are either. I have a freshman and 2 juniors. Anybody else desire to play college softball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabby?
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, sometimes people choose school over sports. A certain school that has their major or whatever the case. So,
I'm trying to get her to come to Mansfield with me.
oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. How about does anybody play any other sports other than softball, like competitively at this level?
No.
All softball players only. Okay. All right. One of the things I like about softball is kind of the attitude that the players have. You guys are just out there having fun, and warm up music. There's no other. I mean, basketball, yeah, they kind of pipe some music through this loudspeaker, but it's not like softball where you carry around what I used to call a boom box and you're just blare it, before the game starts. Who's in charge? Who's on this team of the warm up music?
Me.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of music do you like? I noticed there's like kind of multiple. There's more than one genre. What kind of music do you like, Bray?
I think for like softball, I like songs that are gonna like we like to dance to music and sing. So I like the music that is gonna allow us to do that and like get excited for the game. But yeah, we definitely have like some other genres in it. But yeah.
Okay. And is that all your job, the warm up music?
Well, I mean, in the beginning of the season, I asked people to send me songs, but no one did. So
It's your job. So
Yeah.
listen, Brynn, Gabby, and Izzy, somebody's going to have to take over that role next year. All right.
I think Abby has that. Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. Will you be able to handle that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. We've already pretty much answered this question, but I'm just going to talk about the time that you guys spend together outside of softball. You guys have already alluded to the fact that you're really good friends. You have fun around one another. What do you guys like to do when you're not playing softball? Kind of as a team, or certain members of the team together. You guys just like to hang out, or go anywhere in particular?
Get food.
Yeah,
food.
I was gonna say we get food.
Okay. From where do you get food?
Chipotle.
All right. I go there too. I just started going there recently. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah. Is the one there on 22?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you like to get food. Who wants to talk about, because I know there's people watching every show we do that has student athletes. Nobody understands, I don't think, most people don't, the year-round commitment it takes when a sport is as important as it is to the 4 of you. Brynn, how about you? Do you want to talk about like what you do on like year round. I mean, we know that your season goes from around March to hopefully the beginning of June, but then you got from June to the next March. How do you fill those months up with like preparation and training and travel ball? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I play club softball over the summer, so it's basically like right after high school season. I'm back in another season with my other team. But like once high school starts, like August, we usually start open gyms and everything, which that's like it's definitely something like you should show up to as a freshman. Like you should definitely come out to the open gyms. Like it's worth an experience. But it's definitely a commitment. It's like usually 3 times a week. So starting from there and then like going all the way to March, then in March you're doing it 5 days a week. So it's definitely like repetitive, but it like definitely helps us. Like it brings us together, brings us as a team, and like helps us in the long run.
Now, what about the physical part? Izzy, do you want to do that? Do you do anything out like not with balls and bats and gloves, like any kind of training or workout, physical wise?
Yeah. So whenever we're like off or high school or something, our travel has like these fitness workouts that we like participate in, like 2.5 hours of working out and doing physical training and whatever.
So it's a grind, right?
Yeah.
It's not just grab your glove and go out and play softball. There's a lot more to it. All right. The Mid-Penn Commonwealth, that requires some pretty long bus rides. Let's assume that you just won the game, okay? Because rides on the bus home aren't as good when you lose, right? Let's say you just won a game and you're in Altoona or State College, somewhere far away, Mifflin County. What do you guys do on the bus on the way home?
Sleep.
Sleep. Okay, we have one
No,
for
we
sleep.
don't. We sleep on the way there.
Oh yeah.
On the way there, we sleep.
On the way home, what do you do?
Sing.
Sing. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
blast the music and sing.
So
I think
nobody's
by
sleeping
far-
through that.
Like by far our best ride was probably home from State College and our bus. Like we took the vans because we didn't want to take a bus to State College,
Right.
and I think that was by far the best we've had. Like the funnest time we've had.
Yeah, you guys had to be hype after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even the second game, I mean, you won 5-0, but you really had to kind of earn it. I mean, that was a tough couple games, and to come back 2-0 after that was very impressive. Okay, so let's go around the horn here. Let's start with Izzy. What do you like to do outside of softball? Outside of softball and school, pastimes, hobbies.
I just play my game for real. GTA specifically.
So like Xbox or
PS4.
what PS4?
Yeah.
And what game is it again?
GTA.
Hey, she's answering the question.
I just play my game for real.
So you spend a lot of time playing the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Bree, how about you?
Well, I like to hang out with my friends. We get food again. Or like over the summer, I like going kayaking.
Ooh.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I like going on vacations and stuff and traveling.
Okay. How about you, Gabby? What do you like to do outside of softball?
Pretty much the same thing. I like hanging out with my friends. I like spending time with my family. I like hanging out with my cats. My 3.
What are your cats' names?
Noodles, Luna, and Pip.
Okay. They're good cat names.
Yeah.
All right. And Brynn, how about you?
Pretty much the same thing. Hang out with my friends. Traveling. Tanning. I tan a lot when we don't.
Oh yeah.
You mean like a tanning bed?
No, I just lay outside on the concrete.
Oh, okay. All
Oh,
right.
natural.
I was gonna say I didn't even know those
Yeah.
tanning beds were still like in business.
No.
So you can't really like tan like until it's like warm out though, right?
Yeah, like the past like month I've been
Okay.
tanning.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there
So
have
you-
been some good days.
Yeah.
Have there?
Some good
Okay.
movie.
I don't keep track of that stuff. That's pretty hardcore tanning in May, isn't it?
Yeah. It was what was it No, yesterday. It was maybe off.
Yeah.
I
It was
laid
like
out.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was like 55 degrees.
we've had some nice days though. We've had some hot sunny days. Okay, so let's do this before we move on. I want to get one of our sponsors is Pay or Apparel, and they are a sports. Uh, they sell sports gear, sports clothing, and I want to get you all T-shirts from Pay or Apparel. So, Izzy, what size do you wear? A men's size.
Extra small.
Extra small. I think we could probably do that. That's a special order. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Bree. What size?
I don't know because I like my shirts big, but I want it to be too big.
Well, these are like really good, like nice 50-50. They're not going to shrink.
Okay.
Add a size to what your actual size is, right? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I'll just get a medium.
Okay. All right. Gabby?
I'll do a small.
Okay. And Brynn?
A medium.
All right. So we'll have them for you here
Thank
sometime
you.
soon. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we're going to do what we call keeping it light. You guys ever hear of keeping it light? Okay.
Is that like
These are going to be questions that have nothing to do with anything we just talked about. We're going to
Okay.
give our viewers the opportunity to learn a little bit more about the four of you. So let's start with Bree. She's the senior. Let's let her lead us on this venture here. All-time favorite athlete, Bree. Any sport, any level.
I'm gonna have to go with Andrew McCutcheon because the Pittsburgh Pirates are it's just like a memory for me because my family would go to the games all the time. And now the whole team is just like different, but he's the only one that stayed. So it's just like, I feel like I have to stay loyal to him.
He's an awesome man too. I mean, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy I'd want my kid to look up to for sure. Let's make it a two-part question. All-time favorite sports team.
Like any sport.
Any sport, any level.
Oh, well, I'll just go with the Pirates again.
There you go. Okay. That wasn't tough. All right, Gabby. Do you watch any series on TV? Do you like to binge watch anything?
yes?
All right. Go ahead. Tell us what you watch.
Right now I'm watching You. It's like, well, if I describe it, it sounds weird, but
Is it
it's like this like guy. I'm not explaining it.
You're not gonna. For those at home, you're gonna keep them wondering, right?
No, but it's good. I promise it's good.
What's it on? What does it stream on?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay, then I have to start watching that.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Brynn, celebrity crush.
Oh.
I don't want to embarrass you. If you don't want to do your crush,
I have to think about that.
or a celebrity you'd like to hang out with that you think's cool or fun or funny. You want to do the crush part or the hang out with part?
That's a hard one. Probably JJ from Outer Banks.
Okay.
He's a cutie.
He's a cutie. Okay. All right,
I did have a crush on him during COVID when Outer Banks was.
so we checked the crush box rather than the hang out with box.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Izzy, you ready?
Yeah.
Favorite meal? Let's just say it's your birthday and somebody said, "Hey, I'm going to cook you whatever you want, or I'll take you out to eat for whatever you want to get." What are you getting?
Okay. Okay, that's hard.
She's ready.
Okay, anything?
Anything.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. No, I got it. No, Chinese. Like just a Chinese buffet right in front of me. Clams, noodles. I don't
Do
know.
you have a favorite dish? A favorite Chinese dish?
Clams.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I just had for dinner. I had mugu gai pan. Have you ever had that?
No.
Okay. It's healthy. It's healthy Chinese. Okay. So let's go around one more time. Bree, we're back to you again. All right, Bree. I'm going to ask you this one because I know that you have a high GPA and you put a good bit of emphasis on your studies and stuff. Favorite book
Oh.
or a book that you like? It doesn't have to be favorite. A book that you read that you really like that you would recommend to somebody else.
Well, I read the Summer I Turned Pretty books. It's a big show right now for us. The new seasons are coming out soon. But yeah, there's 3 of them, and it's probably my favorite series I've ever read.
So you'd recommend that then, right?
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right, Gabby, let's see what we're down to. Do you like sweets, Gabby?
Yeah.
Okay, who doesn't, right? I've actually
Right.
run into some people that said no. So this is going to be a 2-part question. Favorite dessert
Ooh.
or one that you like a lot?
I really like brownies, but I also like that big chocolate chip cookie where they
Right.
put the vanilla ice cream on
Right,
it.
right, right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's funny you said brownies because a lot of people say like a chocolate brownie with vanilla ice cream. So that's why.
I love brownies.
Yeah, okay. All right. And the second part, favorite candy.
Favorite candy.
Yep.
Probably Kit Kats or Twix, because I like the crunch in the Kit Kat.
You can't go. You should be doing advertisements for them. No, they're really good though. Yeah. Okay. Brynn, let's vacation spot. Is there a place that you like to go vacation with your family? Or I guess you're probably too young to vacation with your friends, but do you guys have a spot that you like to go to?
Yeah, we go to Florida a lot because my grandparents are from there.
Oh, okay.
So we go down there. It's very pretty. I love it down there. I want to
Okay.
move down there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. My dad wants to, but it's my mom that's holding us back. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Now that we got to the bottom of that one.
She's always back.
Okay.
He definitely was watching this too and is definitely so
So we know whose fault it is that you guys aren't moving to Florida now.
yeah, well we have a farm, so it's like
Okay,
we
yeah.
have the animals, yeah.
That was so tell us about your farm.
I have a horse, and some chickens. I used to have goats, but my horse is a retired racehorse from Penn National.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really get down there a lot. I'm not really a farm girl.
So you're
Her
not
horse
like
is evil.
No, it's not.
No,
What?
because I was in
Nice.
Bryn's barn the one time, and she was like, "Don't walk too close to it; it might get aggressive."
Because you were screaming at it.
I don't know if that means it's evil.
It's evil.
It's just, is it evil? Okay.
Not.
So now we know that had we not played Keeping It Light, we wouldn't know that Brynn has a farm. Okay, that's cool. Good stuff. All right, last one. Izzy. Let's find a good one for you here. Favorite. Okay, let's do two different a 2-part question for Izzy. Favorite musical artist or group?
Rihanna.
Oh,
Rihanna. Okay.
God.
Didn't take you long to come out with that one. So you must really like Rihanna, right?
I love
she
Rihanna.
does.
Okay. And favorite song currently? What are you listening to right now?
Kiss It Better by Rihanna.
Okay. And all-time favorite song?
Oh, caught me now. I don't know.
Okay, we don't like to catch people off guard.
No, I have it.
Okay.
Me and You by Casey.
Okay. All right. She came through with it. All right, ladies, thank you very much. The last thing we're going to do, I know I keep saying last thing. We're going to do shout outs. Let's go around. Start with Bree Lock, senior Bree Lock, second baseman. Do you pitch it at all anymore? You guys have a lot of pitching, So.
Yeah, I'm going to college and I'm supposed to be pitching. So I have to ask to throw a bullpen, so I try to get it in there, but I'll probably just pick it back up again over the summer. I throw a lot for my travel team.
Okay, yeah, you're a very good pitcher. And I think Coach Hartley probably really likes what he sees from you at second base too, The right side of the infield is where a lot of balls are hitting softball. So how about shout outs? You want to say hi to anybody that might be watching?
my family. I know my dad is watching this, and he's probably gonna tease me about stuff I say, but
Well,
yeah.
you've done phenomenally, Bree. You've done
Thanks.
very well. So
Yeah.
let's mention before I give you the shout out time here. Dave Locke, your father, is the assistant coach to Sam Hartley.
hmm
Okay, first base coach, and what else are his roles as a coach?
He helps with the outfield.
Okay,
He helps us a lot with hitting.
okay. So he's the real deal. He knows the game. He's not just hanging out because his daughter's on the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so give us some shout outs, Bree.
Yeah, just my family. I love you guys.
Okay. Nothing. Always shouting the family out is always good, Bree. Thank you very much, Gabby. Gabby, oh, you
Yes.
thinking? Are you thinking?
Oh, well, I know my dad's watching this, even though I told him not to yet. So,
He's got to
Hi, Dad.
watch. He's got to watch.
shout out to my mom, my brother, Noodles, Luna, and Pip,
Why
my
not?
grandma, my grandpa.
Now that's a shout out there. Seems like you covered it all. How about you, Brynn? You want to say hi to anybody at home?
My mom, my dad. I know you're downstairs watching this because I can hear you guys talking down there. But my grandpa and my grandma from Florida, because they're always tuning into my games since they can't be here to watch. So hi if you're watching this, and yeah.
How about can we shout out Jesse?
Oh yeah, my godfather.
Yeah. Did you know I know Jesse?
I did not.
I know Jesse very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a big somebody. I think your mother told me about a month or so ago that he's your godfather, and I put a big smile on my face. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So shout out to Jesse Hamilton.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, Izzy. Shout outs.
Shout out to my beautiful mommy, my daddy, my brothers,
Okay.
my fabulous friends.
Okay, boy, she's a seasoned vet already. She's a professional, professional podcaster, and she likes to play the game too. We got to the bottom of that. Are you going to play the game tonight?
Of course.
Is your homework done?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, ladies, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. Once again, let's go. Bree Locke, senior second baseman, pitcher. Gabby Shirk, junior right fielder, right? Brynn Barkley, junior pitcher, first baseman. You play a great defensive first base, by the way, Brynn.
Thank you.
And Izzy, we're going to go with Izzy from now on. No more Bell, right?
Yeah.
Izzy Rodriquez, freshman center fielder. Ladies, good luck, whether it's tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. Good luck in the quarterfinals of District 3. You're playing. We know you're playing Dallastown. Congratulations on a Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division championship, and thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you, and stick with us while we thank the sponsors one more time here. And they are Rickaba's Electric, Payer Apparel, Ted's Bar and Grill, Freedom Financial Wealth Management, the Tire Mart, Team PA, AAU Basketball, Tonino's Pizza, American Legion Post 272, Hoffman Ford, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Modern Imprint, Crystal Bob at Iron Valley Real Estate, Underdog Sports Bar and Grill, and of course, Coach Sam Hartley Decking. Thank you to these great local businesses for their continued support of Linglestown Gazette Sports and our area student athletes. So for Bree, Izzy, Gabby, Brynn Barkley, I'm Joe Gillaway. Thanks very much. Have a great evening, ladies.
Thank you.
Yep. Take care.